Hey, sorry everybody. I got on a minute late. I don't know how that happened. I've been sitting here waiting for the longest time. I think I must have waited a minute too long. And here's Annie. Look at Annie laying on my feet, laying on both feet. She's such a cutie. She's probably tired because we went to the dog park today. But I got some special stuff. We got some special stuff today. You guys are not, maybe you just saw it too in that part of the picture, but there's a lot of new stuff. Like, we're going to be busy for the next few weeks, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's all thanks to Frank. And I'm not sure he's going to be on here because he's got a house. Hey, Olivia, what's going on? How was your day? Hey, Vicky. How was your day, Vicky? I had a good day. And there's a lot of cool stuff in my apartment right now. It's totally changed. I even had to get rid of a chair and an ottoman. There's a big difference. I think it's a big upgrade today. Oh yeah, that's right. You guys knew the piano. It was good. Moved the piano. Um, I can't remember what else I did. I was busy all day. Busy all day. I went to a breakfast on that. Forgot what his name was. A psychologist, a psychology professor gave a talk. That was interesting. But I had to move everything around. I only have one chair now, this one chair. Oh yeah, this is tour. It should be because it's completely different. I got this lamp on the other side of me now. The clock, I'm a little offset from the clock because I only have one chair. So I'm a little bit more underneath the beach. I put this light over here to help me read. I put the small lamp. So that foyer area is basically the same, but I put the small lamp on the table now, and you'll see why. And then we're going to talk about all these boxes. The black box on my speaker, the 4 white boxes, and 1 box next to me today. Got a lot of stuff to do. And then here's the main reason why everything changed. It's because now I have a piano in here. So I got this piano. Hey, Frank made it. Frank, did you fix the heater at your Hanford house? And then 1 chair, and I moved the table to the other side of the chair so that the chair is next to the piano. And I got lights on both sides of the chair. So I had to get rid of my blue chair. But that's why. The whole reason was this piano that I got for free. The only thing I had to do was pay a couple guys, and I'll give Frank a couple hours of work to help me move it here, which was a little bit easier than I think we anticipated. I thought it was going to be a little bit heavier than it was, but I was able to lift half of it one end, so that was good. Yeah, it's a nice piano. It's a Wurlitzer, which is a medium range, which is kind of about what you would want for an upright piano. It's not quite as low as a console. It's a little bit taller than a console, but it's not as tall as an upright. I forgot what they call it. It's that, whatever they call that type of piano, in between an upright and a console, which is really low. I mean, but it is pretty low. It is pretty low. Yeah, the piano moving went better. Oh, good. So Frank knew what the problem was on the blower motor. Those things seem to fail a lot. on the heater and on AC units, the capacitors. But they're just thin films separated by some dielectric material. Damon Walker wants to know, am I going to play it? Damon, here's the reality. The reality is I took 10 years of lessons, 9 years of classical piano, and a year of jazz. However, that ended 37 years ago. So I'm not ready to play the piano today. I just got it in here and I cleaned it. In fact, I'm going to put mineral oil on it tomorrow just to protect the wood a little bit, because I used some like vinegar water mixture to clean it off. It was kind of dirty. So I'm hoping that I'll start practicing tomorrow. But I just got it in and I just cleaned it this evening. We got it in late afternoon, early evening. So, I mean, I haven't had this piano but for less than 4 hours, for sure, since it's actually been in my apartment and moved up against the wall. I had to clean it too. Thanks, Olivia. Boy, you got a great memory. Fax prods, what's going on? Oh, really? They had oil in capacitors. I did not know that, Frank. That's pretty cool to understand or know. I didn't know that. Yeah, that material now breaks down and those things just short out so fast now. It just seems like. Damon, I'm glad to hear that you got a piano. I'm assuming you're planning on starting to play again, which is a good thing. I hope joyful music comes out of it. Me too. But I play how my mood is. I've always played how my mood is. I've always gone to the piano depending on my mood. Anyway, that's what I did when I was a kid, up till about age 18. Yeah, I do. What was I gonna say? Oh, we got some other cool stuff. And you're not gonna believe it. I don't even think we have half of it here. The stuff that we're gonna go through today, we're gonna be going through for a long time, but I think it's gonna be fun. Well, it's gonna be fun for me, so I think I'm gonna do it. But this white box here on the ground with red lettering, this black box on top of my speaker, these two white boxes on top of the piano bench, and a third white box are filled with 33 vinyl records. And this isn't even half of them. There are two huge boxes. Frank's got like 400 or more vinyl records, I guarantee it. And today we're going to go through this little box, because this little box has the 45s in them. So we're going to go through the 45s today. And then I told Frank, there's something buried at the bottom of these 45s at the very back. So when we finish with it, going through all these, there's a special surprise that you won't believe. For me, I couldn't believe what it was at the backside of all these old 45s. So this is going to be sweet. Hey, Dustin, what's going on? So who knows what kind of records these are? So for example, these 45s, these small singles, with a single song on each side, Frank found these abandoned at the car wash sometime between January 9th, 2004 and today. Of course, it hasn't been in the last year or so. He would have remembered. So these were abandoned. These other vinyls that you see, and these 5 huge boxes plus 2 humongous boxes that we didn't even try to move yet because they're so heavy. Like even these boxes are so heavy. 2 humongous boxes in addition to these. All these came out of a flood. So there was some kind of flood, a 24-inch flood, and it flooded all the vinyls, and someone just decided to take them out to the trash. And Frank's like, well, there's nothing wrong with them. So Frank just picked them up and took them all. Like, it had to be an entire van load full of vinyl records. It's unbelievable. We don't even know what's in here. Like, this is going to be so fun. Oh, Dustin, you're home sick? That stinks. We'll say a prayer for you. Dustin gets healthy. Oh, I got to put my do not disturb on here. I'm getting a lot of texts coming in. Your sister made homemade Play-Doh and I squished it like you would and powder went everywhere. That's so funny, Olivia. Oh, that's cool, Damon. Yeah, I remember I had, when I grew up, because I was born in '70s, so that was right around the time you had to get vinyls. So in the '70s, I remember, and I remember Back in Black hit #1 on the top 40. It was just a different time. Rock and roll was still like king back then. And yeah, I used to get all the vinyls. I gave them to my son because little did I know he was like 16 or 17, and they were becoming popular in high school. Just a couple of years ago when he was in high school. He's a freshman in college now. So I gave him my record player and all my vinyls, and there were some originals in there like Fleetwood Macs or Zeppelins or The Who, Pink Floyd. I mean, there's some good vinyl in there that I gave him. Hopefully he knows that. But I remember one of my 45s was the Cleveland Browns' 12 Days of Christmas and the Cardiac Kids in the 1980 football season. I was only 10 years old then. That was one of my first 45s. Frank said he watched each one in 3 different tubs. Do you mean, Frank, you washed each one? Oh, yeah, that's right. These were flooded, so they probably had sediment in them, because of the flood. There's probably like dirty water. So Frank just cleaned them all and kept them. Like, how smart was that? So, I mean, when we go through this, we're going to be going through this stuff for weeks. And we're going to count them too. And I'm going to alphabetize them. And it's just insane to think that Frank not only took all these because someone was throwing them away after a flood, but then he cleaned each one individually on both sides and then put them in new sleeves. So you're going to see these are in new sleeves. And we don't even have the covers here. Like, the covers are somewhere else at his business. We haven't found them yet, but we got to get the covers because the covers are all trashed, right? Because they were underwater. So anyway, this is gonna be classic. Dustin's schedule's totally thrown off. Oh, because you're sick? They don't look warped, Dolly. They really don't. I mean, I just pulled a random couple out to check them, and they don't look warped. So we'll see. I mean, because when he cleaned them off, he washed them off, and then I don't know what he did with them immediately after that, but he's got them in new sleeves, and they're all stacked up. And they're all stacked like they would be at a record store, leaning against each other with all that weight. I can't believe that they would have warped. But that said, I don't know if there's any minerals in the water that are on the vinyl, and the vinyl, I don't know what it sounds like yet. And I might have another record player, but it would be back up in Cleveland if I had a second one. Frank said he has a record player, and I've got a receiver with all kind of inputs, so I can connect it up, and we can actually listen to some. But we'll have to figure out which ones you guys like, and then I can put them on, make sure they sound good. Dolly in the house. Oh, washed. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant, Frank. Oh, Dustin, you went to the gym Friday morning and then came home and laid down and couldn't get back up. Oh, because you're sick. That's a bummer. Am I popular tonight? It says only 3 people. It says there's only 3 people watching. I don't know who the 3 people are. I thought I could tap on it and see, but I can't see. I can't see anything. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, there's Olivia with the sucks word again. Yes, I did not work today. Oh, good. Oh, your older sister was born in 71. That's cool. Hey, thanks, Dustin. Yeah. Growing up was so different. It was all analog. Growing up in the 70s and 80s was the analog age. And then I started having to get CDs, and that's why I got like 250 or 300 CDs now. Got vinyls, I got CDs. Now you don't need anything. Hey, at least you're home. That's good. Chill time. Ooh, someone's got a 77 Zeppelin 1. Zeppelin 1 is 77. Are you sure you don't mean 67? I mean, Zeppelin, some of Zeppelin's music started before 70, and the first album was Zeppelin 1. You have an original 77 Led Zeppelin 1 with the reverse labels on the album. I'm sorry, Dustin, or Damon, not Dustin, I'm Damon Walker. You have to clarify what you mean, a Led Zeppelin 1. Did they, probably continue making that vinyl record, so it was made in 77? It wasn't one of the original ones in like late 60s, and they reversed the labels on it. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I never heard of that. That's awesome. We've got like 400 albums. We're going to be going through this forever. It's going to be awesome. And in this little box here, you guys, in this little box with 45s, there is a gem of a surprise that shocked me at the very back at the bottom of the box. So it's going to be fun. And no, it's not Orangey. It's not Orangey. I know you guys are probably thinking, oh, it's Orangey. It's Orangey. It's not Orangey. Ooh, Dustin, what are you studying for? You're studying for that test, and you need to do 4 modules a day, so you're behind. Oh, are you talking about? Oh yeah, that's right. The guy that owned the 33 vinyl records that flooded worked at a radio station, and that's why he had so many of them. Hey, Frank, what radio station was it? Do you remember what the frequency was? Was it AM or FM? What was the frequency, and what were the call letters? I'm kind of nervous what kind of tunes we're going to be getting into, though. Damon, you're getting old. We're both getting old. Yeah, I was going to say that had to be in the late 60s. Zeppelin 1 album. That's awesome, dude. That is really cool. That is a prized possession. If you've got a reversed label, original Zeppelin 1 album, that's awesome. That is so cool. Oh, I'm being behind. I'm sorry, Dolly. I mean, Olivia. Dolly got here 10 minutes ago. Bro, what's the thing with the word sucks? You just keep using that word, Olivia. I don't like that word. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Dustin, do you have a cleaning kit? I do. I got to keep my vinyl clean. I had a cleaning kit at one point. I don't think I do now. A cassette tape of En Vogue. Yeah, that's cool. You know, I either want vinyl or CD because when I had cassette tapes, I would play it like, 10 times and I would notice it would be noticeable that it would sound different, because they wear out so fast. It kind of bummed me out. I didn't like cassette tapes at all. Not at all. And what I ended up using cassette tapes for was like to work out with or play with my boombox because I would take my vinyls and record them to cassette tape and then take my boombox or Walkman around, and listen to it on a blank cassette that I recorded the music on. I just need to keep reading. I just need to close my mouth, I guess. Dustin, trying to be an applied behavioral analyst. Wow, that's cool. Applied behavioral analyst. That sounds wild. Oh, working with the autistic community. That's cool. My one son is on the spectrum. A vino man. Yeah, I'm drinking red wine. I like red wine. Tad's watching, but he says he can't do a note because of starting a channel. Any ideas how to fix it? I don't know. Maybe the group can tell us. Is there a way for someone who isn't, doesn't have a channel on YouTube to leave a message here? Dustin Turner likes whiskey. I like whiskey too. I like bourbon, actually. So it must be. I'm watching map, but for some reason I can't add a note. It says I can't create a channel. That's weird. I don't know why that is. Maybe I'm only allowed to have a little bubble of people watching me, Frank. That's my guess. So maybe nobody else can. You just don't seem like someone who would say the word sucks, Olivia. Balderdash is cuss word. Hey, I'm caught up. I'm caught up. There's 6 people here. All right. Oh my goodness, we're like 25 minutes in. Annie is humping me. Annie? No humping. Okay. Got to do the quote. Charles Swindoll, attitude. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than successes, and than what other people think or say or do. It's more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It'll make or break a company, a church, a home. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. We can't change our past, and we cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. And we can't change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. Charles Swindoll. Look at that piano. Let's hear a little entertainer with one hand. Ah. Okay. There we go. On the untuned piano, Annie, no humping. No. Look out. No. No bite. To play on the one string we have. Hey, talking about strings. Olivia was drier than the Sahara Desert and said nothing at all day. You know why you're dry? Because you can't have water at work. That's why, Olivia. You're not allowed to have water, so you're going to be dehydrated and dry. Do I have weirdos on vertical? Yeah, somebody put, someone must have been learning and they like put ink. They inked the keys, so I want to try. I was reading about how to clean it. I was trying to use my vinegar water and it wasn't coming off, but I'm going to try dish soap and then rubbing alcohol with some soap tomorrow. So we'll see if I can clean it off. Your store operator was mad? Ooh, that's not good. That's not fun. Hopefully he wasn't mad at you, Olivia. You're learning guitar. That's cool, Dustin. I want to learn guitar too. I'm going to get back into piano. Get into some decent piano shape, and then I'm gonna get like to play guitar, and then maybe I can play piano and record it, play it back, play my guitar over it, just create my own music. It'd be kind of cool. I've always come up with my own songs. I've never written it though. I should have always captured it, at least humming. That would have been fun. Oh, he's teaching you classically trained. That's cool. Yeah, I was lucky. I took 9 years of classical piano lessons, and then 1 year, my 10th year, I took some jazz. Focused on jazz piano. That's cool, Dustin. Oh, he already started off in a bad tone as soon as you walked in. That stinks. Yeah, jazz is fun. It's tough to play too, man. I mean, it's like the original Scott Joplin stuff. It was like 3 fingers on the left hand and 4 fingers on the right hand. So it was crazy. Crazy. I never had so much difficulty playing music than when I played jazz. I'm already pissed off, so just tell me whatever it is you want to ask me. Oh, geez, nice. What the heck? Yeah, Olivia, that is not. That's a bummer, Olivia. Ask him to define passive aggressive. Oh, boy, he was mad at people. He was not in a good mood today. Not in a good mood. Well, you guys, Annie's calm. How many we got on? We got 8 on. You guys, we got to start these vinyl records. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be a classic. Annie's chewing up a storm. So we're not going to do the 33s. We're not doing the big ones today. We'll start those tomorrow night. We got 5 pretty big moving boxes. 5 moving boxes of 33s. It's going to take a while to get through. And then he has 2 huge, like the big moving boxes filled with vinyls. It's ridiculous how many vinyls Frank has. It's awesome. It's actually pretty cool stuff. I wish I had a warehouse and a car wash. No, I just wish I had a warehouse. I don't want a car wash. He also asked where the upfront manager was, and I said I had no clue, and he clenched his jaw and walked away. Wow. I wonder what was wrong with them. Maybe something really bad happened. Maybe he got threatened by his boss. Wish you could stand in my shoes so you'd know how much of a bummer it is to see you. Bob Dylan. That's classic. I wonder if we're going to find a Bob Dylan vinyl. Frank must be off because I thought I asked Frank, if you're on that radio station that the guy worked at, do you know what the radio station was? Do you remember? Do you remember the call letters? Was it AM or FM? What frequency was it? I don't know if maybe he can't hear me. Maybe, no, he wouldn't be just watching. Well, unless he's talking to his wife. Maybe if someone could type into Frank, because I want to know those 33, all those vinyls, the big vinyls that he got from the guy who worked at the radio station who threw them all out because of the flood. What radio station did he work at? Was it AM or FM? What was the frequency and what were the call letters? Because I want to look up before I start digging into them. I don't want to get too excited because I'm hoping it's rock and roll. I'm hoping to God it's rock and roll. Up front was a mess. Oh, Dustin, your favorite artist is Dylan? That's cool. Annie is rotating me. She's pushing me. She was like, it was so weird. She's running into my feet, both feet, and pushing me and just rotating me around the room. What are you doing, Annie? I gotta go back this way. Goofball. Goofball. Good girl. Uh-oh. I engaged her. This is my fault. Come here, I want to pet you. Good girl. Sixto Rodriguez. I don't know Sixto Rodriguez. Never heard of him. Okay, I've had about 2 glasses of wine. That's enough. All right, are you guys ready for the vinyl extravaganza? This is going to be really cool. Oh, you don't know, Frank? Okay. Well, we're about to find out. We might be able to figure it out by all the music. Okay, here's the first one. Now remember, these 45s are different. These 45s came from someone who just left them at Frank's car wash. These did not come out of the flood, okay? Oh, no way. This is a good one. This is old school, man. This is old school. I Want to Know by Ray Charles. This is an old one. I Want to Know by Ray Charles. And the other side is Ain't That Love. So we got a couple Ray Charles singles here. Olivia's going to feel so young. Well, me too. I'm 54 and I came after Ray Charles. This is some old stuff. This is cool. This is really cool. All right, here we go. All right, some of these don't have sleeves. This one, my God, this is, I'm trying to look for a year because I have no idea. I don't even know who this is. This is Brooke Benton, For My Baby, and Think Twice. I never heard of Brooke Benton. Anybody? Frank, you're the oldest. Sorry, Frank. You're 9 years older than me, about 10 years older than me. You're 10 years older than me. Have you ever heard of Brooke Benton? Yeah, Ray Charles we know. Brooke Benton, not. Okay, here comes the next one. Here comes the next one. This Is the Time by Arthur Prysock. Olivia, it'll be a miracle. That's true, you're 17. I'd give anything, Arthur Prysock. Annie, no, you're not chewing on that box. No. She gave me her little husky grumble. Yeah, like, who do you think you are? Don't chew on the box, okay? You got other things to chew. Uh-oh, this one's cracked. This one's no good. This one's no good. Lost in a Dream, Buster Brown. And Fannie Mae by Buster Brown. Fannie Mae. I thought, this would be interesting if one side was Fannie Mae and the other side was Freddie Mac. Anybody get that joke? Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac? Anybody get it? Anyone? Anyway, Buster Brown. I've heard of Buster Brown. I don't know those songs, though. That one person is in the house. That one person, we're looking at vinyls that someone just decided to throw away. Who knows, maybe a decade ago or something, at Frank's Car Wash. Spun Gold. We've got to get it on again. Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr. Never heard of them. The other song is You Don't Have to Be a Star to Be in My Show. Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr. ABC Records. No clue, guys. No clue. All right. Here comes one. Private Stock Records. That sounds like a small label. You Waited Too Long. The Five Stair Steps. Never heard of that band. Don't Waste Your Time. The Five Stair Steps. I'm just looking for any of these that have like a year on them. They usually would have a copyright and have a year, but none of these have that. They're so old. I mean, I don't even know. For Those in Love, Volume 3, Dinah Washington. This Can't Be Love. Chappelle and Company. I don't know what that means. Why are there two things written on here? For Those in Love, Volume 3, Dinah Washington. Yeah, I don't even know what this is. 1955, by the way. So we got a date. Look at there, 1955. 70 years old, my friends. This 45 is 70 years old. This is some old stuff. Ray Charles, set the tone. Let us know what we'd be getting into. Sandy Nelson. Let There Be Drums. Sandy Nelson. And Teen Beat. Never heard of either one of those songs. Sorry, Sandy, you're not that popular. Frank said no. Well, I'm not sure what Frank said no to. Did I say something wrong, Frank? Did I misspeak? Oh, here we go. We know this one, The Twist. Chubby Checker. The Twist on Parkway Records. This thing is ancient, man. I wonder if these things still play. And Twistin' USA, Chubby Checker. This is cool. The Twist. I know that song. Chubby Checker. We gave a kid the nickname in grade school. I think his name's Chubby Checker. We call him Chubby Cheeker. Oh, you don't really know these singers? Oh, okay. Thanks, Frank. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I don't know him at all. He's got the whole world in his hands. I think we know that song. But the band is, let me see. This is a dirty one. Or dusty, I should say. the cricket tone chorus and orchestra. The cricket tone chorus and orchestra. He's got the whole world in his hands. And Abide with Me. Never heard of those. We got no year on that one. Man, these things are from the 50s. This is crazy how old this stuff is. You know, Frank, this is probably where somebody like passed away and no one knew what to do with these old things. They didn't know who they were, and then they just picked them up and threw them away in your car wash, because that's where people go to throw the stuff away, is your car wash. Irresistible You by Bobby Peterson. Piano Rock, Bobby Peterson. That's cool, piano rock. Do a little piano rocking. BMI Records, or no, V-Tone Records, BMI. BMI has been around for a long time. Let's see what we got next. Ooh, Atlantic Records. This could be more popular. Every time I see Atlantic. Roberta Flack. Love is the Healing. Roberta Flack. Hey, this one's only 1977. And I don't even know who Roberta Flack is. The Closer I Get to You. Roberta Flack with Donny Hathaway. Don't know either one of them. 1977. We're getting closer to Olivia. Olivia's birthday. Oh my gosh, is this one ancient? I gotta find a date on this one. Just a Closer Walk with Thee, Jimmy Rogers. This one is just old, like the paper is old. I want to see a year on this one. With Jimmy, I'm pulling it out. My God, the paper is like falling apart. It's like crumbling in my hand. Jimmy Rogers with John Reisman's Orchestra and Chorus. 1958. 1958. Little Russian roulette. Joshua Fit the Battle of Jericho. Jimmy Rogers. And the Joe Reisman's Orchestra and Chorus. Olivia, I'm just joking. 1977 is closer to your birth year than 1955. That's all I know. Man, this paper is like just evaporating in my hand as I pick it up. Slipping into Darkness. There's so many names on there here, I can't even read them all. It says United Artists Records, Slipping into Darkness, Dickerson, Miller, Allen, Brown, Scott, Oker, Jordan. Don't know that song. The other one is called Nappy Head. Theme from Ghetto Man. That's weird. I don't know if that's a movie or what. Theme from Ghetto Man. Holy cow, is this old. 2:45 by the U.S. Bonds. And Time Old Story. I wonder what this stuff even sounds like. Oh, here's Columbia. A&M Records. Kenny Loggins. Celebrate Me Home. We know Kenny Loggins. Come on, Olivia. You got to know Kenny Loggins. 1977. Oh, here's another one. Kenny Loggins. I like this song. Why Do People Lie? Why do people lie? What a great question. I love that one. Uh-oh, that fall off? That might have fallen off. I'll pick it up before Annie chews it up or something. Hey, Olivia knows Kenny Loggins. Footloose, yes. Here's one. RCA Gold Standard Series. Grand Funk Railroad. No way. That's awesome. I like Grand Funk Railroad, actually. This is a good one. This is a good one. Flight of the Phoenix on one side. The other side I can't even read. Rock. I'm trying to read it. Rock something soul. Grand Funk Railroad. This would be a good one. I'd like to listen to this one. That's cool. I'm wondering when this song came out. Flight of the Phoenix. Grand Funk Railroad. Okay, there's one that I actually might like. Out of all of them, that was the first one. Okay, next. I think we fell in love too fast. Leo Sayer, John Vestano, Vinny Poncia. I think we fell in love too fast. And the other side, When I Need You, by Carol Bayer, Sayer Albert Hammond. Leo Sayer. Oh, it's Leo Sayer. That's the name of both sides. I think we fell in love too fast, and When I Need You. Never heard of that. Never heard of Leo Sayer. Footloose and Fancy Free, says Vicky. All right, what do we got here? We got a little rhino action. Oh, there we go. Here we go. This is a song we all know. How Deep Is Your Love? The Bee Gees, 1977. How deep is your love? Annie looks at me. Annie, how deep is your love? And Can't Keep a Good Man Down. The Bee Gees. There we go. Staying Alive. The Bee Gees. Staying Alive on my YouTube channel. Here we go. Kokomo, Roy's Tune, and Asia Minor. Never heard of Kokomo. Anybody ever hear of Kokomo? Never even heard of that band. Old. You know them? You know Kokomo, Olivia? No way. Or you know the Bee Gees. Maybe it's an anime. That's funny. Peter Brown. Dance With Me by Peter Brown. 1978, Atlantic Records. I do not know this song. And For Your Love, Peter Brown. No clue. No, the song wasn't Kokomo. Way down in Kokomo. No, not the song Kokomo. That was a band. That was the name of the band. Was Kokomo, Dolly. And there were two songs, and I never heard of them. I never heard of the band Kokomo. Here's Jackie Wilson, Ask. Brunswick Records. And the other one by Jackie Wilson is I'll Be Satisfied. I don't know. I mean, because of Frank's neighborhood, there are a lot of African Americans here. I wonder if this is African American or black, mostly black music. I don't know. I am not certain. Anybody want to learn French? You can hear it slow at 33 or hear it normal at 45. Hey, that's pretty smart. You can slow down, your French speech and help you learn your French. You know that song, Dance With Me? Wow. Oh man, here's a nice 45 sleeve. Ralph Flanagan. It's got nothing in it. It's Hot Toddy, Leave It to Love, Lullaby of Birdland, and Penthouse Serenade. Little trumpet action. Maybe it's in here somewhere. Loose. Maybe we'll find it. Oh, this one's empty too. Belafonte. At Carnegie Hall. It's empty. What a bummer. Okay. I gotta make sure I'm looking at these right. Okay. Look at this one. June Christie, Something Cool. Capitol Records. Midnight Sun. Something Cool. I Should Care. Lonely House. It Could Happen to You. A Stranger Called the Blues. And I'll Take Romance. With Pete Rugolo and his orchestra. There's two 45s in here. But again, they're empty. So you got the sleeves, Frank, but on the last three, there's sleeves, but no records so far. If we find those, I'll put them back. I'll put them where they belong. Here's Ray Charles again. Swanee River Rock. And I Want a Little Girl. Ray Charles. Someone we know. Uh-oh. Let's see what's in here. What's that? Anybody see that? What's the next one? Pull the next one out. This one is Donna Summer. We know who Donna Summer is. With Your Love. And Last Dance by Donna Summer. All right, now I know nobody's watching because they would have seen what I saw inside this box. Uh-oh, having a hard time with this thing. Having a hard time. Let's get the next one out. Epic Records. Abide With Me, Roy Hamilton. And you can have her. You can have her, said Roy. He wants nothing to do with her. Hey, Dolly, all right. I knew I put Orangey in here somewhere. Orangey was hiding in there. What are you doing, Orangey? He's so cute. What do you think, Annie? Remember last time you saw her? You got all freaked out because you never saw a cat. You thought it was real. Okay. Maxine Nightingale. Believe in what you do. Oh, your dad was in love with Donna Summer, Dolly? Right back where we started from. Maxine Nightingale, never heard of her. Annie does think that Annie Orangey was her long lost lover. MGM. Billy Eckstein, A Room with a View. Maxine Nightingale is an amazing name. I wonder if it's one of those fake names, you know. Carnival. That's a good song by Natalie Merchant. But I don't know about Billy Eckstein. This is an old one. Old. I'll quit crying over you. Skip and Flip. Anybody ever hear of Skip and Flip? And Cherry Pie. Someone did Cherry Pie, one of those 80s rock bands. She's my cherry pie. I'm sure that's not what this song is about. Sounds like. Never heard of Skip and Flip. Oh, here's an empty one. I can put a record in that empty sleeve. Get these a little bit organized. Electra Asylum. This one says Dance Time on it. Avalon and September Song. Yeah, like She's My Cherry Pie. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Dolly. She's my cherry pie. Sweet cherry pie. And then She's Funny That Way and How Deep is the Ocean. And these have like multiple different artists on here. So one is Daniels and Whitling, and the other one is Irving Berlin. The other side is Rose De Silva Jolson and Wheel Anderson. Yeah, these are some obscure, very obscure 45s. Oh, look at this one. American Pie, Part 1. Don McLean, released 1971. American Pie, Don McLean. Never heard of it. Don McLean on this side, American Pie, Part 2. Yeah, these are 45s, Dolly. I'm going through the box of 45s. We're almost done. There's about 10 or 12 more. there's 5 people here, but I just don't think people are paying attention. Maybe this is boring, but I like it. Barry Manilow, Sunrise. Barry Manilow in the house. He was such a stud. Can't Smile Without You. Good old Barry. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Oh, is that the song? Ooh, Miss American Pie. Is that Don McLean? Are you sure, Dolly? Are you sure? Ooh. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Good old Tom, whiskey and rye. Oh, this will be the day that I die. Oh, this will be the day that I die. And rye singing this. Yep. Oh, okay. Cool. Then I do know this song. I just don't know Don McLean sang it. All right. That's the second one that I know. Well, I'm sorry. I knew the Bee Gees too. Grand Funk Railroad, Bee Gees. Okay, I got to pull this one out here. I like Capitol Records because Capitol Records is a big name. Yay, Nat King Cole, Angel Smile. I don't know if I know this song, but I know Nat King Cole. The other one is Back in My Arms, Nat King Cole. This is a good one. This is a good 45. Little Natty. Here's another Capitol Records one. Another Nat King Cole. Something You Love and Forgive My Heart. Don't know if I know those songs, but I've listened to Nat King Cole before. Okay. Stagger Lee, Lloyd Price. Don't know, never heard of Lloyd Price. Stagger Lee, and the other one is You Need Love by Lloyd Price. Don't know this. You know Unforgettable and the Christmas ones he did. Oh, wow. Here's Cherry Pie by Skip and Flip again. And I'll Quit Crying Over You. Huh. Cherry Pie was on the... This is like... I think this is the second one, Cherry Pie, Skip and Flip. But the other song's different on this one than the last 45. That's pretty unique. Oh, this is Frank's favorite song by the Dramatics. The Devil is Dope by the Dramatics. Frank loves this song. This is from February 1973. That's right, we're talking 52 years ago. The Devil is Dope. And the plug side is also The Devil is Dope. Man, doesn't matter what side you put it on, The Devil is Dope. I'm trying to read this. It's so dirty. You'll see. Rhythm Sticks by Perez, RCA Victor. Rhythm Sticks. And then Cherry Pink and Apple Blossom White by Perez. I don't know this at all. Okay, we're going to the next one. We're moving. We're going to move quickly when I don't know these anymore. Stevie Wonder. Here we go. Something's Extra for Songs in the Key of Life. Stevie Wonder. Something's Extra for Songs in the Key of Life. All Day Sucker and Easy Going Evening. My Mama's Call. Stevie Wonder. If I Look a Little Blue by Lloyd Price again. We got Lloyd Price. And Question by Lloyd Price. They got a couple Lloyd Price 45s. Oh, there's more 45s in here than I thought because they don't have any paper. Uh-oh. If Tad is watching, I Want to Hold Your Hand, the Beatles. But Frank, this is probably worth something. And it says recorded in England. Capitol Records. Lennon McCartney. Frank, you gotta I'd keep this. I'd hang on to this one, Frank. Let's see if it plays, We'll clean it. It's dirty as heck. We gotta clean it and see if it plays. I don't know if Frank's still on. And I saw her standing there, the Beatles. Here we go. Now we got something. American Pie and I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles. There we got some really good songs, finally. Oh, Tad's not watching? Okay. Yeah, you want to see if that plays. You might be able to sell that for something, Frank. If that's an original 45, that's an original Beatles single. That could be worth something. The Greatest Thing, Georgia Gibbs and Rock Right. Mercury Records is popular, but I don't know that. I want to see if the date is on this thing, the Beatles one. It just says it was recorded in England on there. It's old. It looks old. Capitol Records, I Want to Hold Your Hand, the Beatles single. We'll have to look up and see when that was produced. Okay. Ooh, this one's not that old because I had one of these albums. Daryl Hall and John Oates, soldering. What are they? Electrical engineers? Why are they soldering? 1975. Daryl Hall and John Oates. Sarah Smile. I never heard these songs. This is probably before they had their hits because I remember when their hits came out. I don't think I was 5 years old, 4 or 5 years old. I think I was a little older than that, but maybe not. Mercury Records, I like seeing it. Yep, Dinah Washington and Brooke Benton. Baby, You've Got What It Takes. And I Do. Brooke Benton and Dinah Washington. That Beatles 45 isn't worth much? Oh, why not? How come it's not worth much? Did you look it up, Dolly? I would have thought that thing would be worth something. Muddy, Boggy, Banjo Man. Larry Groshi. Junk Food Junkie. Warner Brothers. Okay. Joe Jones, you talk too much. This one's broken. This one's just cracked. I love you still, Joe Jones. Really? I thought vinyl would be worth a lot. It'd be like a collector's item. If it's an original, I want to hold your hand, you think that would be worth a lot. It's crazy if it's not. Because I know I have some 33 vinyls that are original that are worth a decent amount. Stevie Wonder. He's Mr. Know-It-All. And the other side, Sir Duke. Yeah, but Dolly, you have a limited edition 50th anniversary, which means they made it 50 years later. I'm talking about the original vinyl. If the original vinyl is in good condition and it sounds good, it's worth a lot. I know that. I've looked up 33s before. I just don't know anything about 45s. I'm going to look it up. Capitol Records, I Want to Hold Your Hand, the Beatles single. Ooh, here's Frank Sinatra. Close to You by Frank Sinatra. 1, Everything Happens to Me. And 2, It Could Happen to You. I've had my moments, Frank Sinatra. This is a gem. Trying to find a year on here. I don't think they really put the years on most of them. A couple of them had it. Like 55, 58, 77, 73. Those are the years that we've seen. Frank Sinatra was awesome. Let me know, Oscar McLawley. Oscar McLawley and Jeanette Baker. Hey, girl. Hey, boy. It's a thick one. That one was thick. All right, we're winding down to the surprise at the back. Mercury, Dinah Washington, I just couldn't stand it no more. And the show must go on. Dinah Washington. Okay, next one. Capricorn Records, Have a Good Time by Elvin Bishop. And Elvin's other tune, Fooled Around and Fell in Love. It looks like some are very sought after and valuable, but not that one. Okay. Funky Robot by Rufus Thomas. Funky Robot. And Funky Robot Part 2 by Rufus Thomas. Never heard of Funky Robot. Can you imagine all this music has been made over the years? Like, just unbelievable. My Soul is a Witness, Billy Preston. I've heard of Billy Preston. 1973. And Nothing from Nothing, Billy Preston. Okay. The Dryer by Roy Lee Johnson and the Villagers. The Dryer Part 1, Roy Lee Johnson and the Villagers. The Plug Side. All right, we're down to the last, let me be honest here. It seems like we're down to the last, less than 10 for sure. And then the surprise is at the back of the box. I was shocked when I saw what's at the back of the box. Okay. I'm going to have to pull this one out. I can't. D. Clark, Shook Up Over You. And I'm a Soldier Boy by D. Clark. I don't know. Never heard of her. No year on here. Paper is absolutely falling apart. Volt Records. It's an oldie. Oldie but goodie. Judy Collins, Houses. And Send in the Clowns. Here's Leo Sayer, You Make Me Feel Like Dancing. And Magdalena, Leo Sayer. Rainy Day by Little Milton. Rainy Day, Little Milton, both sides. He must have been a one-hit wonder. Okay. The Mighty Supremes. If My Jesus Had to Pray. What about you? That's pretty good. The Mighty Supremes. Two Ways to Go, Heaven or Hell. That sounds like an old school Christian band. Wonder if there's a year on it. I don't see it. Here's one. The Sanford Townsend Band, Lou, and Smoke from a Distant Fire. No clue, my friends, no clue. Three more, and then there's a prize at the bottom of the box for whoever stuck it out. Orleans, Still the One. Wait a minute, who's this by? John and Joanna Hall. Orleans, Still the One. And Orleans. I never heard of Orleans. That must be the band. Siam Sam. Siam Sam. Two more. One more after this one. Oh, no way. This one's so old. I didn't know Carly Simon was that old. Carly Simon. Nobody Does It Better. Is Carly Simon that old? 1972. Oh my God, I am old. And Carly Simon, After the Storm. Huh. And here's the last one before the surprise at the back of the box. B is in the house for the last 45. And it's Melba Montgomery. Your Pretty Roses Came Too. And the other side, Melba Montgomery. No charge. No charge. Well, definitely, I think without a doubt, the Beatles, I Want to Hold Your Hand, 45 single, was definitely the winner of this box. Oh, dude, I played that Led Zeppelin backwards. I heard it. I spun my record player backwards when I was a kid, and I heard it. Zeppelin is evil. All right. You guys want to know what's in this box? This is awesome. So, after all these 45s from what? 1955, at least 1955. Maybe some may go back further. But I know they went back to 55, and the newest one we saw was 1978. There's something at the back of this box. And I knew it was unique, and I want to see if you guys know its uniqueness or not. I'm not sure you will. I'm starting to think how old some of you are, and I'm not sure you're going to understand it. Okay, here it is. Oh, sorry. What is this thing doing in a box full of 45s? This is a very unique iPod, by the way, if anybody can figure it out. This is the Fat Nano. It's the only Fat Nano. They only made it for a year. September 2007 to September 2008. When they went away from the skinny version, the taller skinny version, then they went back to the tall skinny version. So this is actually a unique iPod. It's kind of nice, actually. 8 gigabyte. So it's like, excuse me, 17 or 18 years old. Pretty neat. I wonder if Frank even knew it was in there. Frank, did you know that this iPod was in the box of 45s? And just seeing that makes me think that if Frank didn't know and that person threw away those 45s, they must have forgotten that they had their iPod in there. They must have thrown their iPod in there and forgot about it. So that means those 45s might have been thrown away in 2007 or 2008 or 9 or 10. Anytime after that. Oh, you knew it was in there. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's a iPod Nano Generation 3. So of course they don't make any iPods anymore. But they made the Nano for a long time, and that was the only one that they made fat. It's a Gen 3 version. Oh, I remember how you categorize things in the warehouse. Yeah. I'm going to alphabetize these 45s by artist. So in case you ever want to find something or think you might have it, then you can easily just go through it and see if you can find it by artist, and if it's not there in alphabetical order, then you don't have the artist. That's the easiest way to do it. I'm not gonna categorize them by rock and pop and jazz and blues and country and all that. I'll just categorize by artist name. Brand new record player. That's unbelievable, Frank. What do you mean, Frank? You're saying what you could do is find a disc doc, and they can borrow them for one of their events. I don't know what that means. A disc doc. Who's they? Can borrow them for what event? And what's a disc doc? Oh yeah, you have the crank record players, 2 of them with the flat records. Yeah. I can't believe the I Want to Hold Your Hand one. That was pretty sweet. Wait, B left an emoji that I don't understand. Do a screen grab. The little brain. Oh, DJ disc jockey. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. They would love. I wonder if they would love spinning those old records. I wonder. I don't even know what they are. I think My guess is, excuse me, just because of the neighborhood you're in and the kind of music that I don't recognize any of it. There might be a lot of black artists in there. I'm just guessing, but I mean, there is one Grand Funk Railroad and one Beatles, one Bee Gees, but the rest of them, I just don't recognize. Kind of surprised. Now I'm curious. Now, like, and I know these are different. These were the ones that were dropped off at your car wash. Someone just was like throwing them away and trying to get rid of them. So, I mean, it's still cool to look at all of them. They're just so cool. But I'll alphabetize them. But I want to look at the 33s because I want to see what kind of radio station that was. Now I'm really curious. If this guy was the owner of a radio station, he got a lot of vinyls, because I'm sure they just sent 10 vinyls or 5 vinyls to each radio station, so the DJs could take them home and have their own copy. Oh, you got an 8-track B? That's awesome. Yeah, I skipped the 8 tracks. I was like vinyl records, then cassettes, but then I realized how bad they were because they just wore out. And then I went to CDs. And then actually, believe it or not, in 2003 and 2004, I went to DVD audio, which is the equivalent sound quality of the original digital master. So it's not, sampled. It's got a high sampling rate, 144 kilohertz. So I like DVD audio, but that never made it. It never made it. Nobody wanted high def audio, digital audio, unfortunately. So now we're coming back to vinyls. It's kind of funny. Coming back to vinyl records because of the good sound quality. Yeah, I'd actually love to listen to these vinyls through my speakers because I have really good speakers. It'd be awesome to listen to. Yeah, now it's all streaming, Cole. That's right. Streaming and vinyl. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Back to vinyl. It's so funny. Oh, all right, guys. Well, thanks for hanging out tonight. It was a lot of fun. Got to show you my piano over here. Very excited. Start playing my piano and playing these 33s and 45 records and going through them. Hopefully it'll be some bands that we know a little more tomorrow. I'm sorry, but I appreciate everyone hanging out. Cole, B, Frank, Olivia, Dolly. Who am I missing? Cole, B, Frank, Olivia, Dolly. There's a couple more that I'm missing. I'm sure of it. Vicky, Sandwich. I think I got you 7. I miss the Taiwan beach. There it is. It's beautiful. Although it's obscured with what looks like a street light. But it's one of those sun lamps that kind of wakes me up. All right, guys. Thank you. Have a good night. And I'll be on tomorrow morning for 5 or 10 minutes before I go to church. All right. Thanks a lot. Annie and I signing off. Annie's crashed. Have a good night, guys. Thanks. Peace.